was the roadmap to like your first intimacy coordinator job?
It started out with people sending me an article that was in Rolling Stone. It was right as the Me Too movement was happening, and an actress on an HBO show called The Deuce asked her showrunner, why isn't there anyone supporting us during these scenes? And that showrunner responded, Rolling Stone. And then the first intimacy coordinator officially was brought on board with the Me Too happening. And the article that Rolling Stone wrote about it started, several people sending me the same article saying, this sounds like you. And I think it was the combination of acting and the consent work that I've been doing with my practice called Cuddle Sanctuary. So those two things had people getting a sense that it was for me. And so I began researching. The research turned into me reaching out to a woman named Amanda Blumenthal. Several people said Amanda, I saw had a website on intimacy coordination. It was probably intimacycoordinating.com or something like that. But when I reached out to Amanda, she said, I'm doing the work. I'm working on euphoria, and I'm interested in putting together a cohort of students to show them what I've been learning and to begin helping other intimacy coordinators on board. So it turned into IPA, which is Intimacy Professionals Association, which is a training organization and also an agency. And so Amanda represented me for some time as well. Similar to a stunt coordinator, the intimacy coordinator is a department head who is on set to assure the well-being of performers when doing work that includes intimacy. And intimacy can be a very broad Professionals Association category, but it certainly includes when there's nudity, it certainly includes when there's simulated sex. I've been brought in to work with emancipated minors who are doing kissing scenes. Because that can be like, where's the law and what's appropriate and how do we keep this younger person safe? Related sex. And just this week, the work that I did was I was on set when there were a scene with babies in a bathtub. Like a mom and a bath time with the babies. So we have a mom who's an adult, doing not related to these three different children who are supposed to be her children. And how do we make sure the kids are safe and comfortable? That parent is, and just this week, that adult, the work that I did is feeling at ease in their work, and that the parents of the children are feeling like their kid is being handled well as child performers. So that's the first time I ever worked with that. We have a mom who's an adult, not related to these three different. And I'm like, all right, you want to bring me in? There was a child welfare worker who did really most of the hands-on work with the parents and the kids, but I was there to make sure and to be an extra layer of protection and support. One really common one, a person that I work with on set is a person in costume. That's the first time I ever worked with them. For example, while working with these kids, I wanted to know what their garments would look like. And I'm like, all right, you want to bring me in? There was a child welfare worker who did any questions. I was in the know. The kids are safe of the hands-on work, but in a scene with adults, there might be a performer I was comfortable showing one part of their body, but not another. Protection. Well, how do we make sure that the garment is honoring of that? One really common one. Another part of the puzzle could be, it's more seldom, but props. That's the first time I ever worked with them. Sometimes things that are needed in this scene, in an intimate scene, might include there was a child welfare worker who did really most are showing genitals of the hands-on work of genitals, then usually props would get involved. I did, and I can work with the director and props layer of protection to actually order the prosthetic so it's exactly what's appropriate for the character in the scene. Isn't that wild? Isn't that kind of a wild job? So it could be. But they're really talented people who make stuff, and they make stuff that looks like genitals. So beyond that, a performer's agent and or manager and or attorney, or worker who did really most attorney. These are folks that I may be interacting with if there's a concern or would get involved related to nudity or simulated sex writers or contracts. These are sort of standard in the work, but it's important to get lots of eyeballs on it to make sure that who makes stuff everyone makes stuff that looks like confident before we get on set, so that all the tough questions have been already sorted out.